Is he an attorney or is he a debt collector? Hi, this is Blind Intelligence. I'm your host, Foresight. Where the rules, rights, we have, this is the channel where the rules and the rights and the responsibilities put you back in control. This is not legal advice. I do not offer legal advice. This is not financial advice. If you want financial advice or legal advice, I suggest you find yourself a professional and be advised. The views and opinions of me, the host, Foresight, does not reflect any of the views and opinions of any platform that hosts Blind Intelligence. Is he an attorney? Is he a attorney or is he a debt collector? Well, let me rephrase because I don't want to be biased here. Are they? Is it a? Are they attorneys or are they debt collectors? Which one are they? Okay. Because a lot of times when you get a letter in the mail, you notice how you get it from an attorney firm? It'd be something attorneys at law. You know, something attorneys at law. And it'd be from an attorney firm. Well, they're debt collectors. Right? Now, I don't know if they're a debt collector or they're a debt junk buyer. They could be either one. They could be either one. But it doesn't make a difference because 15 USC 1692G falls under validation. And they all have to validate the debt. All of them. ALL. Telling y'all, yo, this is some real stuff. They got to validate that debt. And you got to treat them all as such. Because here's the deal. In October of 1985, there was a hearing by a consumer, it was a consumer and coinage committee. They held a hearing on this, about these attorneys being debt collectors. And it was somewhere in that, later on in that year of November. It was 1985 or 1986. That, yeah, it was 1985 that it was like later on in November, because they came back up with two meetings, two hearings rather, and they passed that. And they passed it. It was called House Resolution 237. You need to go read that. Read that information. That's very, very information, because I'm going to tell you why it's information, because that's going to put you in a position of understanding what position you play and what position these so-called attorneys play when they're out there collecting debts. When they're out there collecting debts, they're debt collectors. A debt collector collecting a debt. That's what it is. They're a debt collector collecting a debt. That's what they're going to say at the bottom of that paperwork. We're debt collectors collecting on a debt. Or they're going to say a debt collector collecting on behalf. See, this is how you know the difference between them being a debt junk buyer or them being a or a debt collector. One says collecting on a debt, and one says collecting on behalf. Behalf of who? Behalf of whom you talking about? Capital One? Who you Smells Wargo? Shout out to the Bad Wolf on that one. You collecting a behalf on the debt of on Chase. Who they see? It's either you're a debt junk buyer or you're a debt collector. But listen, I don't want to go off. I don't want to digress. I digress. But here's House Resolution 237. Said that they can't wear two hats. It's starting to rain. They can't wear two hats. And if they wear two hats, they're breaking the law. Because they have to follow the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act under 15 U.S.C. 1692G. And that's something that must be understood. That's why I tell you to go read that. You need to read that. That is important. Because when you get there, because for example, if you have to go to court, you need to be objecting to everything they say. Objection, Your Honor, hearsay. Objection, Your Honor, hearsay. Because they don't have first-hand knowledge of what was going on. Let me ask you a question. Were they there when you signed the loan documents? No, they weren't. Were they there when you signed the credit card documents? No, they weren't. And in some jurisdictions, the judges say you can't ask for the original documentation. Well, that may be true, because I know they did that to my client one time. I had a client one time. I was helping them out with their case, and actually they was calling me when they was in court. But you can question the signature, because they ask you, is this signature written on this document yours? Did you write this signature? Or if they word like that, say, is this signature on this document yours? Like, nah, it looks like a forgery. If they say, did you sign this document? I'll be trying not to laugh. I'll be doing that. You're right. You know ding dong well you didn't sign that document. Nah, I ain't signed it. But some Damascus will say, yeah, I signed that document. Yeah, it's my signature. I signed it. But they can't collect on me. And they're going to go into the spill. Then judge going to hit the gavel and they're going to lose the case. See, how you answer the court. How you answer the court is how the gavel comes down on you. Whether the gavel comes down on you or them. Which one? See, my focus on is you the plaintiff, prove your case, and don't let them send you an affidavit. Don't be afraid of an affidavit. Rebut the affidavit too, because you have a right to face your accuser. Now that's not a privilege, that's a right. Objection, Your Honor. I will let him do anything. Don't bring no affidavits, none of that. I'm objecting to all. I'm objecting to all of that. All the affidavits. Because anybody could have did an affidavit. Because the judge, because the attorney, that attorney is not under oath. Remember that. You are. Man, somebody could have brought that affidavit. They could have doctored that affidavit. No, objection. You have a right to face your accuser. You have a right. No. So, but anyway, the attorney is a debt collector or a debt junk buyer. I have had debt junk buyer attorneys, excuse me. I've had debt junk buyer attorneys come at me. Debt junk buyers. Wrote them a letter, went away. Because the statutory limitations of collecting on a debt in the state of my state, I live in the state of Mississippi. The statutory limitations on the collecting on a debt in my state is 3 years. Mr. Debt Junk Buyer. A lot of them don't even know that. So check this out. Don't come back, and it's been 10, 12, 13 years you try to collect a debt. Man, please. Nah, that's because they think you're stupid. It's been 5 years, and after the statutory limitations collecting on the debt, it's been like 2 years rather. It's been a full 5 years. The statutory's been 3. They coming at you. Coming at you 5 years, like 2 years after that. The statutory limitation is up, and they coming at you on that. Man, please. Guess what? I'll make a fool out of you. I'm gonna take you through the ringer. I'm gonna take you through the ring, and then I'm gonna go take you to court, and then you're gonna lose. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I'm not finna play with you. I'm not finna play with none of these debt junk buyers and these debt collectors. The in-house debt collectors is even worse. I'll stall them out. That's how you get them. You stall, yeah, okay, no problem. Just keep sending them letters. Sending them letters until $180 days. Keep sending them letters to 180 days. Don't play with them. Look. Yeah. Them in-house debt collectors, they fall upon it too. 180, but you gotta treat them differently, because they are still part of the creditor. You know what I'm saying? But House Resolution 237, if they're attorneys, they're still debt collectors. That still apply to them. It still apply to them. And you need not to be afraid. If you found this video to be of substance, me a like. I'm not asking for no donations. The only contribution that you can give is giving me a like and sharing this video out so it can be disseminated out to those who's in need. If you need somebody, if you need some help, if you need some help, and you're here in the Jackson area, you know, with with something like this, I'm at blindintelligence718@gmail.com. I'm gonna repeat it. It's blindintelligence718@gmail.com. And my consultations for this type of stuff will discuss because it all varies about what your situation is. I want to say thank you for watching. Until next time, we're going to talk about the administrative process. Because in this space, you need to know how to do an administrative process. I'm your host, Forsyth.